What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Locks here on Scores and Odds. If you haven't already signed up for yet, making bad life choices, just go to scoresandodds.com, sign up. We got great tools. You got my picks every single day. You have prop shopping tools. We have RG projections over there, which are some of the best in the industry that I use personally every single day. And you get access to the Scores and Odds Grants Action Lounge Discord. Just go to scoresandodds.com/Discord. It's currently free right now, not for much longer. We've been crushing it so far, and we've been crushing it on the show. Just looking at the monthly summary here, let me check. I think Friday we lost a small amount of money. Thursday, we lost a small amount of money, but overall, we're up over 10 Gs on the season, sitting at roughly a 7% margin. So not doing too bad. I am currently in a robe up in the mountains, up at Beaver Creek. Got food poisoning last night, which was not great, but you know what? Not gonna keep me from working today up here on the mountains. So you know what? I'm bringing you the picks. I've got plenty today, not a ton so far, but definitely got a few of them here. We're going to just go game by game. I'm currently alone here because I didn't feel like dealing with other people. Don't feel like dealing with that Daniel guy. No, I just up in the mountains, want to be able to get through this without any problems. I'm not sure about my Wi-Fi up here. It's supposed to be very good. This is nice, but apparently this is the busiest weekend they have all year. So, we'll see. Hopefully it holds up. If not, guys, just go over to the Grants Action Lounge. I'm putting all my picks in here. So everything you see up on this screen, every single bet I have so far will be over in Grants Action Lounge. In fact, I need to throw in the bets that I have not thrown in yet. Just doing that right now. So live in real time, throwing it into the Discord. Boom. I think that's everything. I don't think I have my SGA bet over here, which shame on me. Sorry, scrambling a little bit this morning. Went hot tubbing out in the mountains. So, I really can't complain about today. But, yeah, running a little bit behind here. But I still got, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 bets in for this slate. A lot of them on the same game. A lot of them on some of the same guys. So, let's just go ahead and break right into it, guys. If you have any questions, just go ahead and throw them in the YouTube chat. Go ahead and throw them into Grant's Action Lounge Discord. I'll get through them throughout the show. And, yeah, just anything that you have, I will happily answer. And FYI, Jordan Davis, it looks like he's in the Grant's Action Lounge. He's one of the guys, Smartwater, one of the guys I trust the most. Me and him talk constantly throughout the day, so he's in there. I really appreciate him being in there. He's going to be huge help. I fully trust him on most bets. Like one of the few people that I fully trust on bets. There's him, and then there's Meansy in basketball. But yeah, let's just break right into the slate here. Go ahead and pull it up, going game by game. This is the RG page. Just going to lineup HQ because that's the easiest thing for me to do. I think Wiggins got ruled out. I think he's questionable. Did he get officially ruled out? I'm going to check here. Sorry, I'm working on multiple devices. Looking. Did Wiggins get officially ruled out? Okay, he got listed questionable and then got ruled out. So I'm running a little bit behind. Did not see that. Did not pop up on my thing. So we're getting rid of that there. I bet that before he got ruled out, before he was questionable. So let's just break right into this. First game, Cleveland versus the Clippers. I've got nothing. I mean, looking at Mobley's PRA, I don't think it's the worst idea in the world to go with that. He's been doing really well recently. Let's see what we have him projected for. Evan Mobley. We have projected it's all the way up to 30.5. That's pretty high. I'm not a huge fan of it. Reggie Jackson's out, so we currently don't have a ton of lines for the Clippers. I expect a huge boost in usage to Marcus Morris if he's playing. I can't remember off the top of my head. No, he got ejected. He didn't get ruled out the other day. So let's see. I don't know if our RG projections have updated yet. I'm going to check to see what Marcus Morris' odds are right now. Looking. this, checking around. I've got to do this on 3 different devices because I'm not at my normal desktop with like 5 different screens, and I miss it. I miss it already. I'll be back there tomorrow. With my chest hair look, by the way, I need you guys to let me know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about my chest hair. I'm struggling right now, guys. It was a long night. Again, food poisoning's not great. So I'm pretty darn sluggish today. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't look like there's any Clippers lines out right now. So really nothing I love in this game. I don't mind the under on Garland rebounds of 4.5. It's slightly positive EV, but not a ton. So I ended up staying away from it. Moving on to the next game, we got Portland versus Atlanta. I got a few bets here. Obviously, Josh Hart has been crushing my dreams recently. Lost a bunch of money on him. Finally had a pretty decent night the other night. I think he put up 70 fantasy points. He put up 46 real life points. I bet the over 17.5 points. Got it plus 100 over at Bet Rivers. Just so you guys know, Devin asking in chat. Oh, Aaron got ruled out. Okay, that explains it. Okay, so I need in bad intel here. And it doesn't help that they have very, very similar names. Thank you for that, Devin. Yes, Aaron Wiggins is ruled out. Andrew Wiggins is questionable. That's why I didn't see it. So, yeah, Wiggins still on the board there. But Josh Hart over 17.5 points. I mean, he's been getting a ton of usage. We obviously are without Lillard still, without Nurkic still. Simons is still out. So over 17.5 points, getting a plus 100 over at Bet Rivers. You don't have Bet Rivers in your state. Barstool, Twin Spires, Bet Rivers all use the same projection systems or same odds for their player props. I don't know who they get from. I can't remember off the top of my head. But you can get it at Barstool if you don't have Bet Rivers in your town, city, state, whatever it is. So Josh Hart over 17.5 points. I think that's pretty solid there. And then Josh Hart over 4.5 assists, I think is pretty good here. 4.5, probably too low of a line. Sorry, I'm trying to send a message. Chart, he's just everything. He's running things over there. If it ends up staying close in this game, which I know 12-point spread, and it is the Blazers, they're just absolutely awful. Yeah. Let's see. Loading. Yeah. So looking at his numbers, 6, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 6, 5. So he's hitting it over his last 8 games, roughly a 37.5% rate, but he's missed by 1 on the over 4.5. So anytime that happens, like it's just bad luck. Like his median amount might be under 4, but his amount is above 4 because of the 5 and 6 assist outings. So I think it offers some decent odds there. I'm rolling with it. And then Drew Eubanks over 1.5 blocks. Pretty solid. You're getting it plus 130 over at Caesars. We haven't projected, I think, for 2.46. So pretty close to a 50-50 bet here. Getting it plus 130 offers some positive odds. And then over 19.5 points, rebounds, assists combined. Pretty solid line there. Moving on, Denver versus Philly. Got a few bets here. My favorite bet potentially on the board today over at Caesars, Nikola Jokic, over 8.5 assists. I mean, the guy's been absolutely ridiculous recently. I know he hasn't hit his assist prop, I don't think, over the last 2, if I remember correctly. But you're getting the line at plus 140. So this is close to a 50-50 bet here, and we're getting the odds at plus 140. That's huge positive ROI here. Really like the over on his assists. And I got a few James Harden's under 7.5 rebounds. I mean, Embiid's obviously in the game is taking a hit on Harden's rebounds, and then Jokic being on the other side going to take a hit. It's not going to be that outpace of a game. So I really like the under of his rebounds at 7.5. I like the under of his threes at 2.5. RG hasn't projected at 2.13, I believe. So pretty solid overall odds, getting at minus 112 over on Bet Rivers. Again, Bet Rivers or Barstool, whatever site is available in your state. Go ahead and go with it. I realized I forgot to mention Clint Capella in the last game versus Portland, over 1.5 blocks, plus 165 over on Caesars. Absolutely fantastic line. I think the line should be closer to plus 120, plus 115. So this is just a bad line. Caesars tends to have pretty bad lines on blocks and steals if you haven't noticed recently. Caesars and Superbook, but Superbook's I think only available in Colorado at the moment. So both those lines pretty solid overall there. Moving on to the next game, we got Charlotte going up against OKC. OKC over the last 10 games, so without Giddey and without Dort and with SGA just basically doing whatever the heck he wants. They're running at the fastest pace in the league. Charlotte sitting at 24th in defensive efficiency, sitting at third in pace. So this should be a high-scoring game. I know that they're on the second end of back-to-back. Draymond Green's expected back. I already knew that. Second end of back-to-back, but I really don't care. SGA, 8 of the last 9 games had 29-plus points. His points total has been sitting at 27.5. It's sitting at 27.5 today. Over at FanDuel, minus 115 odds. Hammering the over of 41.5 points, rebounds, assists. But if you want to go with points, you want to go with points, rebounds, assists. You want to go with points and assists. You want to go with points and rebounds. Any of those are fine. And also the over of 1.5 threes sitting at minus 127. I mean, the guy's doing everything. He's been absolutely incredible. And expert server today over on Roto Grinders, if you're playing some DFS, SGA is my favorite play pretty much on the board. SGA has just been incredible recently. Really like him in this spot going up against Charlotte. It's just kind of a great matchup for everyone. It's been one of the best matchups on the board it's been the best matchup on the board because a lot of the other teams that play at a high pace and are bad defensively, Orlando recently, Houston, pretty much all season, always a chance of getting blown out here. So line sitting at 10. Yes, Charlotte has a tendency to blow teams out or get blown out pretty often, but still, this line's too low. I'm hitting it. I'm probably going to end up hitting his alt lines at some point today. But right now, this line is just far too low here. I really, really like it. Is Capella over 1.5 blocks still positive at plus 120? It already moved that much? I would say no. You might be looking at a different site, but plus 120 is where it should be at, like I was saying. So I got it 165, dropped in the chat, wrote it up. So it probably got bet a decent amount by everyone. So that's why it moved. Again, go to the Grants Action Lounge, sign up for that. I mean, a lot of these bets are going to be, or some of these bets are going to be moderately stale because as soon as I drop it into the Discord, then 10 people are going to be hitting it pretty quickly. So again, Devin will drop it in chat, or maybe he won't. I don't know. I'll drop it in chat. Go to scoresandodds.com/Discord. Just sign up for it. It's free for right now. Again, making you huge amounts of money if you're just following this. Entirely free. It's going to be moving over premium. But literally one of the best things you can possibly have if you don't want to do research and you just want to bet and you want to make money. Literally the easiest thing to do. If you want to know what I'm talking about and know more, then again, we have other tools. We have all sorts of stuff. We have this show. But right now, yeah, like it's the easiest way to get free money is literally just tail me over and scores and odds. I don't know how many units we're up. I'm not great at counting it. I just basically count this sheet. And right now, on the live lock show, we are up 10,000. So that's 20 units so far off of 23 shows, I think. And it's Monday to Friday now. So again, every single day here at 2 Eastern time, just hop on in. But yeah, hitting all the SGA bets. It's that simple. Like hit all the overs. Love them all. Next, Minnesota versus San Antonio. I've got nothing in this game. No bets I really like here. That's pretty much it. Like, I know it's a high-paced game. I know it's a good matchup for both teams. I think the lines are sitting at where they're at for right now. Again, going to be dropping more bets in throughout the day. But as of this moment right now, nothing I really like here. Washington versus Golden State. I think they're waiting for the lines for the Draymond Green news, but there are some Washington lines out there. I like Kristaps Porzingis over 17.5 points. 14, 19, and 24, I think, over the last 3 games. So he's been hitting consistently. Still probably going to be limited to around 25 minutes in this spot. He's been limited to 25 minutes virtually every single night. Outside of his first night, I think he only played 19. I hit the under on his points. Did not go well. But they haven't really raised it, and his minutes have gone up since then. I know it's a tough match versus Golden State. He's been pretty efficient outside the last game where I think he shot 3 for 14 from the field. So Porzingis over 17.5 points, and then Wiggins over 15.5 points, something I hit pretty often, playing decent recently. Good matchup going up against Washington. Good line. Again, he's questionable right now, so I'm not even sure the line's on the board anymore. But another one that I bet. Next up, Chicago versus Sacramento. I got nothing here. Not a huge fan of this game right now. Yes, it's going to be high scoring. Yes, it's going to be close. I might end up betting Levine over points. I think it's sitting at 23.5. It's a solid overall matchup. Sabonis over points is not looking terrible. But as of right now, there's not really any bets that I'm in love with here. Moving on to the next game, we got Milwaukee versus Utah. Going to be a fun game, going to be a close game, going to be a high-scoring game, and Giannis is going to crush here. Sitting at 29.5 points overall. Gobert hasn't been playing great defense recently. I know they're still odds-on favorite to win Defensive Player of the Year, but recently they have not been a great defensive team, even with him in there, and he really hasn't been doing a ton. So I know that they're pretty solid in the middle. Might be able to stop Giannis, but really no one can stop Giannis. 29.5 points is not a good line. I hit the over there, and that's really all I've got for that game. Someone asking in chat, Vincent, Curry overs on his birthday. I mean, birthday narratives can go one of two ways. Either you're hungover, you're thinking about getting drunk later, or you don't drink and you wish you weren't at your job. Like, I get the birthday narrative. Sometimes you want to go out and just crush, but it's not something I fully buy into. It is fun to think about, and sometimes I will follow things, but birthday narratives, not generally something I love. Lakers versus Toronto. I think we're still waiting on Van Vliet. I can't remember if he's questionable or probable, but obviously LeBron is sitting at questionable right now. I don't know if we have a ton of lines out there for this game, so I haven't really bet anything at the moment. Obviously, that's pretty big news, especially over on the Lakers side of things. So not really a ton of lines. So I've got nothing there. Let's check over at Discord, see if there's anything out here. Any questions? I don't see anything. Yeah, I've got nothing in Discord. Let's see any questions here. Nope. Yeah, sorry for the short-ish show. I mean, this was originally supposed to be 20 minutes, but obviously every single time I have Dean on, he's a little chatterbox, which we have to talk about Brendan Fraser movies pretty much every time. I believe he'll be on tomorrow, so stay tuned to have a guest on tomorrow. The Daniel Chevelson, Dean78904 over on Twitter. Give him a follow. He may not have the best takes sometime about movies and things, but as much as I rag on him, he knows his sports. He's been doing this just as long or longer than me. So I think over at Scores and Odds, he's actually been crushing it, doing better than me, strangely enough, granted on much less volume. But he's been doing really well recently. But yeah, I think that's pretty much the show, guys. Feel free to at me over on Twitter, to hop in the Discord if you have any questions. I'll be giving bets throughout the day over on Discord. But it's been fun, guys. I am going to go watch people ski and sit in a hot tub. Maybe go swim some laps. Appreciate you guys joining us. We're out of here. See you, kids.